Hi everybody, it's Amy at Crafty Cat, and I am back for the hashtag 50 Stack Challenge 6th. This is a 25-week prompt assignment challenge. So each week I draw 2 prompts out of my little bag. All the prompts are already in the bag from the beginning. And then make 1 piece of ephemera for each of the prompts. Then at the end of the 50 stack challenge, or the end of the 25 weeks, I should have a stack of 50 pieces of ephemera. However, I use mine as I go along quite often. I mean, I usually always have some at the end, but like for example, the ones I did last week, I am putting in this journal that I'm working on right now. But it's just the idea of making ephemera for your journals. So last week I drew out number 13 was book page. So let me find, I have my little spot here. So I made this pocket with 2 tags out of book page, and it'll go right here in my journal. So that's what I did for book page. And then number 14 was tag, and I used book page again, but it doesn't matter. You could have, this could have been my tag, but I made a tag pocket and put a tag inside. So that's what I did for tag for number 14. And that'll go in the journal in a pocket somewhere. So that is what we did last week. So this week we are on 15 and 16. So I need a pen and my bag. I'm just going to mix these up a little bit. And then we have number 15 is beach. So something to do with a beach. It could just be like a seashell or a picture of a beach or whatever beach means to you, kind of thing. You interpret these how you want to interpret them. And you don't have to make it difficult. It doesn't have to be hard. Just keep it simple. 16 is mask. So however you want to do a mask. Number 16 is mask. So you could do a picture of like someone wearing a mask for a masquerade, or just a mask itself could be on a piece of ephemera. So however you want to interpret these is up to you, okay? I am going to get some things together and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. And so for beach, we have, I'm going to use this image, and then I have a couple of other ones. And these, because these were kind of hard prompts, I have included a couple of freebies. And so you'll have 1 page for beach and 1 page for mask. I just thought it might make it easier that way. So I have done that. So these are part of the freebie. There's more. I don't know where I put. Sorry, I've been like cutting it up and trying to figure out what I'm going to do with everything. So, but there's some background. Oh, here's part of it. There's the pictures and there's background if you wanted to use those. I'm not actually going to use these, but I just included it. So if you want to use it, you can. Excuse me. So I have a piece of book page. And this one measures, it doesn't matter. You can use whatever works for you, but I like to tell you just so that you have an idea. So it's about 5 1/4 by almost 4 1/2. It just, what I wanted is for it to fit either as a pocket on a journal page or, as a big journaling card to put into a pocket. So. And it's a piece of book page folded in half. So it's old and it cracked, and you can see that it broke along the bottom, but it doesn't matter because I kind of like that look. And then I like the look of this edge, so I'm keeping all of that. I backed this image with some book page because I'm going to have it as a pocket, so I don't want it to be really thin. And I've done stuff like this before. It's been a while. I do things on and off, they come to me and I forget and all that. So how are you guys? I hope you're well. We have cruddy weather today. In fact, my daughter texted me while Sean and I ran to Lowe's, and she was like, it's snowing. So it's not snowing here yet, but it did snow where she is at, which is only about 30-40 minutes away. So I'm going to cover some of the blank spots on this with some other book page, just because it'll show. And like, I kind of like the idea of this maybe being sort of like sand, because I'm going to put some seashells and stuff on there too. So I might use this. There's not a lot of blank showing, but I just thought it would look better if there was something, you know. So that's what I wanted. Plus, I always like that layered look. Different layers happening. So yeah, we just have the cruddy weather. I need to say hugs and blessings to Sheila, Joanne, and Teresa. Thank you guys so much for your kind comments. Thank you for watching. Sorry, I just looked over and saw my little list. I'm like, oh yeah, let's do that. I appreciate you guys, and welcome to new subscribers, and welcome back to those of you that have watched me for a long time or short time. I appreciate all of you. So that will go on top. I could do this one just right out to the edge so that you see some words instead of, and they're just different pieces of, like, this one's from an old magazine, old book page, whatever you got. Yeah, I wasn't sure about how you guys would like these prompts, so I thought, well, if I give you a freebie, make it a little bit easier for everybody to participate. Because I know sometimes it's hard to have or think up stuff or whatever. So anyways, the beach one would be easy, but I thought the mask one might be hard. I don't know. Maybe it's not. Maybe that's just me thinking it's hard. But freebies are always good, right? So no harm there. And I'm just going to glue 2 sides. Because that way it'll be sort of just like a side tuck. And then when you glue it onto your journal page, you can make the back part a regular pocket. So you get 2 pockets out of the deal, right? And that will be fun. And I'm bringing it up a little bit, but over further to one side. And of course you can choose how you want it to be on yours. If you make one of these, it doesn't get any easier than this, that's for sure. See, but I like all that layered. It gives you lots of book page papery looking layers on there, so I like that. And then we'll have this one across the bottom, just as, I don't know, more. This just breaks when you even touch it. This old magazine page or book page is great for collage, and that's about it, because it just disintegrates when you mess with it. And I didn't need to do that because there was already words down there at the bottom, but that's just how I wanted it. So I did it. And I'm just kind of squishing it and crinkling it. A lot of it's going to get covered anyway. It really doesn't matter. Could have just left it flat, but I like to do stuff like that. Adds some more character for whatever you might see. But we're going to put seashells and things along the bottom. I can find all the seashells I was going to use to do this part. I had one more. Oh, don't you love it when you lose things? Oh, this one. This little star. I like that. And these are stickers that I got out of my antiquarian sticker book. And if you don't know what that is, it's these. And you either love them or you hate them. In some ways I hate them because I don't like the big, see how much purple is around the outside of that sticker. So I always end up cutting mine out. And then they also need glue on the back because they just fall off. There's some cool images, but that's about all the good I can say about these. So it's kind of a love-hate relationship with those. But yeah, these seashells are really cool. I mean, there's definitely cool images for sure. They're just not the best stickers, and I don't like the great big, I need to figure out how I want these first, borders that they have around them in weird colors. So, yeah. I cut all mine off, and I haven't unbacked them yet, so they still have the backing on them. Not that it'll matter because they don't stick, so yeah, there's that. I love those Nautilus shells. They're so cool. I think that's what they're called anyway. Did I use that? I think I might have used the star, the sea star. It's quite large. Smaller sea star? Maybe. Yeah, I like that. So we'll have that down there, and that brings in our beachy feel. Well, I mean, they're obviously walking along the beach, but beach stuff is always easy to find. Just wasn't sure about the mask thing. And I know that is not everybody's favorite thing, but you can interpret it how you want to. And I'll show you the mask page in a minute. Okay, did I get them all? Got paper actually like adhered to my finger. This one I'm going to use for something else. Okay, let's put these down. If we can get the backs off. Oh boy, they won't stick to paper, but yeah. That's where leaving the border on them is good, but I don't like it, so not doing it. Oh, brother. I guess I should have done this ahead. I might pause and so you guys don't have to watch me do that every time. Turn it this way, I think. I like that kind of corally red color that's on there. And this big conch, I used to have one of these. Actually, my grandparents had quite a few in their backyard. They had like this rock wall, and up on the rock wall there were all kinds of conch shells. I just always thought they were super cool. Because I didn't live anywhere near the ocean, so it was all fascinating to me. This one up like this, maybe. Kind of cover that guy's feet, but I don't think it matters. I loved the Cliff House in San Francisco, the old Victorian version, the first build of that. I think it was the first. I know it burnt down, I think, a couple times. Anyway, the Victorian build of it. And that's kind of what this picture reminded me of, because Cliff House is up on a cliff, obviously. I mean, it looks nothing like it did originally, but we have the bathhouse in our bathroom, a big art piece of it. It's just a print, but the Sutro bathhouse and Sutro Tunnel is in Virginia City, Nevada, where I grew up. So I kind of have like a link or a love of that whole thing. But yeah, that bathhouse and everything, that the original Cliff House was so cool. But that's what all this makes me think of. Like, this is a representation of that. Okay, so then we're going to also make some tags to go into our pocket. We're going to use all this good stuff. And then I have this page. My sister gave me these books for Christmas, and one of them had this cool, like, mosaic in there. I know it's sad to tear it, but I'm gonna, because I want to use some of the mosaic as the background for these. I know, sad, sad. But I'll never make anything this big, so... Well, don't say never, it's possible, but it's just not my normal size, so... She said I could tear them up, so I am. Gonna do it. She always finds cool stuff for me. Thank you, Megan. She's the best. Best sister ever. I might be biased, right? So true. Okay. And this one's a little shiny, but it's not excessively shiny like this magazine page, so I'm just going to go with it. I could put matte medium over it, but I don't want to. I don't want to. Oh, and then I thought I had this left over from Friday's project, and I thought I might put that along there and stitch it, because it's kind of reminds me of like nautical ropes or something. And you can probably see the ocean behind her. I kind of was thinking it's this girl. You know how sometimes they did like professional pictures when they would go to the beach or whatever. Maybe put a seashell. You could even put this. I grabbed this. It's one of the labels that I got when I was doing the fairy kit. Yeah, I think I'll do that. So sorry, all the shells are not in there. They're in that sticker book, but I'm sure you can find. I figured the shells and stuff would be easy to find compared to a lot of other things. A lot of the collage books have the seashells. Oops. Oh, every time at some point I gotta make a big glop of my glue. Mess it up. Let's crunch down that corner. One good thing is it's on that slippery magazine up there, so it just wiped right off. Oh, we want to put this down next. Maybe try not to make a complete mess out of it. Yeah, my Glowforge, I don't know what I'm going to do with that thing right now. It's being a pain in my rump. So one of the fans went out, so I wasn't able to do a couple of my orders this week, which does not make me happy. Well, actually, it's last week. For me, it's Friday, but I know it's not for you guys. It's Monday. But anyways, and so if you go over to my shop and you're wondering why you can't get any of the die cuts, that's why, because I'm waiting on a fan from them, and they're not the best about responding. I wish, you know, you get these things and it's like you can't just run to the hardware store and buy a part or whatever. And I wish it was more like that, because it's really a pain waiting for them to, you know, you have to take pictures and you have to do all this hoo-ha. It's like, I just want my part so I can get my orders done. Making my life difficult. So anyway, I apologize for anybody that wanted something, or some people I had to contact and tell them it's not working. I can give you your money back, all that jazz. I did a couple, I was able to do a couple, and then the fan went out. That's the other thing. There's like 3 fans in that machine. Yeah, I like it on that mosaic. I didn't know. I wasn't sure. You can't see a lot of the blue. Maybe I'll flip this one the other way and see if you can see more blue. Well, it also depends on what you put on it, I guess, right? I'm going to put the Cliff House, this Cliff House. I know it's not the exact Cliff House, but it's a Cliff House. How's that? It's just sad now because it's not nearly as impressive. I don't know why I glued this piece first as what it was originally. I mean, it's been rebuilt, but and I actually have a picture of some of my family members, ancestors, not like anybody, not like my sister or something, but ancestors, on the beach below the Cliff House, but you can't see the Cliff House in the photo, but it's a really cool picture still. Oh. Me brain. I think this is what I meant to do with it, and then I put glue on it instead. So helpful. Super helpful. I'm gonna have to put glue on it again. I'll stick to my fingers. I'm just a calamity today. Well, every day, but who's counting, right? Oh, so sticky. Make that corner. That works pretty handy dandy. for squishing up those corners. I'm going to put an octopus on this one because he's just cool. Isn't he cool? I like octopus. Octopi, I guess I should say. What? Starfish. I could cut off one of his little, I don't know, what do you call them? Arms? What do you call them? I think I'll do something like that. That will work, and we'll save those for something else. I had to go give the octopus a little bit of a border around him with the blue because I wasn't about to go cutting in all those little tentacles. Wasn't going to happen. These ended up coming off just fine. I just was overthinking it like usual. I do want to ink it. Yeah, my husband had to get a new wheelbarrow because we're going to do a major project. We're going to take all the old rock away in our yard and weed mat and re-weed mat it and re-rock it. I mean, it's good, but because from the beginning of owning this house, you know, they build these houses and they just put down whatever. And I complained about there was so much dirt in our rock. And of course, you know, they didn't do anything about it. And so it just looks like ew. So it's been almost 20 years. So I guess we can re-rock it. We got the bottom of the barrel, is what I'll say. Well, I didn't lay that out quite the same, but it's fine. You never do, right? It's always a little off from where you originally wanted it. But it works. Oh, let's do this first. So we definitely got the beach thing covered, I think. I think it's a little more ocean than beach, but that's okay. There is a beach. And then, of course, these will most likely get stitched around and all that jazz, but they'll go right in here. And then you can attach it onto a page and have a pocket behind as well. So there is what I have for beach. And now we're going to do mask. And I'll show you what we got for that. I just had it here. Sorry, I still have my mess from the Faye journal up here. Oh, seriously, what did I do with that? Anyway, there's a page full of masks, kind of like this. Ladies with masks, old vintagey looking ones. There's one of just a mask. Oh, these are in the beach one as well. Here's a couple more of the mask images that you'll get in the freebie. And if you go look at the freebie, you're gonna see it. And you can choose to download it or not download it. So I'll just go with that. I'm not gonna dig through that pile of paper again. Sorry, I wasn't very good about that today, but I have an envelope, an old one, you can see because it's got the patina on it, which is very nice. We're going to turn it into a pocket on the inside, and then it'll have an image. You'll open it, there'll be a pocket with 2 tags. So that is the plan. I did tear this down. I'm going to put this. This is from my white grunge kit, digital kit. It just seemed a good backing type piece. And lots of masks. You could do a masquerade type journal or something. I've always thought that would be cool. These are the best images I've found. I've tried to do, I use artificial intelligence to get a lot of these images. Some of my earlier digitals, I did a lot of my own drawing, but that obviously is super time consuming, and there's some things I just can't draw very well. So I do that, and then I cut them out and put them on different backgrounds and do all that kind of jazz. But anyhow, sometimes when I look, oh, I did it. Well, I guess this one I'm not going to turn into any kind of pocket up at the top, so because I put glue all the way on the piece of paper, and I'm going to close this up by doing that, so I'm not going to worry about it right today. Envelopes and I are not friends when it comes to these projects. Because I always try to glue them shut, or do succeed in doing that. Anyhow, so I use AI, like I was saying, so that's where I got these images from. And sometimes you put in all your little prompts, which isn't an easy thing to figure out what to put in. And you try and put new prompts and change things and do this and that and never get an image you like. Other times it works just fine. So go figure. I don't know. I don't know why that glued so crooked, but it did. Oh well. Probably because I didn't cut it straight. Right, yep. Okay, so what I'm going to do is this blue, this is from my blue grunge digital. I'm going to glue that onto the flat. I know, it's sad because this is a gorgeous old envelope, but it's getting used at least. And that is a good thing. Okay, I need to figure out, it needs to go this way. I want a little bit more of the bluer blue. You know what I need to do though? No, I don't. I'm sorry, you guys. You're probably like, could you get it together? In my dreams, someday I will be completely together. Okay, and then I'm just going to cut around that. That's why I didn't want to tear it. I thought I wanted to tear it, but I knew I would cut this and then it'll just look better if it's all kind of a straight edge rather than a torn edge. And I think I might put a little something over the glue of this just to make sure it doesn't end up sticking closed at some point, because you don't know if it's humid or whatever. They can do that. Here we don't have that problem, but I don't want that to happen. I'm just going to take this old paper and just glue some strips of that down. Just so hopefully this never seals itself up, because we don't want that. This one, I don't need all that extra because it'll just be bulky. Those are handy dandy. I saw Mitzi do that the other day. Thank you, Mitzi, for a genius idea. She was using our spreader thingy to tear. You know, little stuff like that. It's just nice. It's quick. Love it. Okay, so now that envelope will be safe from being sealed. Hopefully. That's the goal. And then we will have our tags that go in there. So this will only get glued in the center, but I'm going to wait because I want to fold it before I glue it. So these are going to go on here. I'm trying to decide, do I want a paper for that? Don't know. Let's do the front first. Am I driving you crazy yet? I keep asking my husband that. Because he's stuck with me all day. Actually, there's a whole lot of the day where we're not even around each other because I'm working. I just stay in my craft room. He just laughs at me. Yeah, I figured these ones were pretty nice. They're Victorian people with masks on, so I didn't think that they were scary or anything. I know a lot of people don't like that mask thing. You could even do like a superhero type thing if you wanted to. But I think these are pretty. They don't seem scary to me, but that kind of stuff doesn't bother me, so I don't know. Maybe it is. I have no idea. I tried to find the least, because some of them are, I will say, some of them definitely are creepy. So, because I did find some images that I was like, ugh. But I think these ladies are pretty, and gentlemen. One gentleman. I just realized that I did a very poor job on the envelope flap. Let's not cut open the envelope, Amy. I keep checking to make sure I'm going the right direction. I don't want it to be upside down. That would not be fun. Speaking from experience, of course. Our lady will go here, and then I have this piece of number paper. I just always feel like these flat-edged things need something at the bottom, lace or something. I'm sure it's more of a me thing than anything, but just tells me it needs something. Carol, you're so cute. Oh, she was showing her journal, and I think it was her last video anyway of the Faye journal thing, and she was saying that it's like the paper talks to her, and she's like, I don't know if you think I'm crazy kind of thing. And it made me laugh because I feel that way sometimes, and I'm like, people would probably think I'm nuts, but it really is like that. I don't know. And she said, I don't know how else to explain it, and I don't either, so. But it just tells you where it wants to go and all that. I don't know what it needs. So I understand, Carol. They'll probably put us away together. It's okay. At least we'll be together. We probably shouldn't admit these things out loud, right? I just have little bits like I always do that I could add. I think I'll do that. Be good if I had one of those orange flowers, but I don't. This one's pretty. It will work in a pinch. My goodness, our friends got us watching this show. It's called Mrs. Brown's Boys. It is the goofiest show. I don't know if you guys have seen it. And I can't remember if, I think it's on Prime. But anyways, it's this Irish man who writes these skits, you know, like silly slapstick kind of, I don't know, skits. And so they have the Irish accents and all that. But he dresses as a woman, and it's not like a, sort of like the old time dresses as a woman. He's not trying to be a woman. He's just, it's just for the show. Anyways, I'm not getting into that. But the skits are just hilarious. They got us started watching that while we were staying with them for a few days in Arizona. And oh my gosh, they are the goofiest. And it's all a live audience, you know, so funny things happen, like the camera will accidentally bang into a window and break the window. It's just silly, but they're really funny. So Mrs. Brown's Boys, if you just want to laugh, because that's all, it's just for laughing. It's nothing serious. That kind of off comedy, old style, you know, I like it. It's entertaining. Sometimes you do, you just want to sit and mindless and laugh. Lord knows we could all use it. What do I want to put on the background? I think I might just want to like do some book page. They're so bright, and I don't really want to add more color necessarily. It kind of reminds me of, oh, what was that called? Mama's House or whatever. Was it Carol Burnett? I don't know. I cannot remember. But anyways, it has that feel about it. And it's just silly and goofy and funny. I mean, sometimes it's a little off with the humor, like maybe not appropriate for all audiences. But it's not horrible, especially compared to some of the stuff that's on these days. But just so you know, cussing and whatnot, so is pretty frequent. So if you don't like that, you're not gonna like it. Definitely not appropriate for all audiences. So in that way, it is different than, like, I think it was Mama's House, wasn't it? I can't remember, you know, that's just been so long ago. But anyway. I think that's why my husband and I end up watching so many like documentaries and like I've been saying we watch Skinwalker Ranch and Bigfoot and all that. Not necessarily because we're into that a whole ton, but at least, I don't know, some of the TV, it's like, just turn it off. I'm not watching this. Because it's so... I don't want to see that. So all those kind of things are just interesting, and you don't have to worry about it. I do like, this is from Joey Cardmaker. He had, it was said fabulous feline, but I was like, ooh, I could just take the fabulous, because she's quite fabulous. All the flowers, so many flowers. I'll put it on this side. So thanks, Joey. That was from his pet Freebie. That's so cute. Fabulous. So she'll go in one. And our lady and gentleman here will go in another. Help if I tore it the right size. Oh, I didn't do a good job of that. Oopsie. So this is a good thing to do with, like, you know, like card envelopes that you have left over. If you keep things like that like I tend to do. I struggle throwing cards away that people give me. A lot of times I do throw away the envelopes, but if you don't and you keep the envelopes, this is a good use of them. So two very different pieces, I must say, but I like it. Oh yeah, I was gonna put that on there. I don't know if I'll put that on there or not. Kind of like it, but it'll have to be stitched on. And this is from that white grunge kit. It's a little big. Everything I have over here in my mess is... It's a Tim Holtz one. I thought I had one flower by itself. I just dug out all kinds of little randomness. like these flowers, but this would be a hard one to separate. I could just, yeah, I think I'll do that. I will just cut it off. This is from one of my winter kits. I think it's the all-in-one winter journal. I like the brooch on her dress right there. So maybe I'll come up like this. Turn these over. They have a curve to them, these scissors, so you got to make sure the curves go in the right direction or it doesn't work right. Man, that wind is whipping out there again today. Not my fave. But I walked before it started to blow, so that's good. Okay, we need to glue our pocket closed. So we're just going to put glue right along the fold. That's all we got to do. Helps if your hand doesn't shake all over the place. Works a lot better. Kind of just want it flat because then when you fold it, obviously, or unfold it, if you have folded it while you're gluing it, it will mess it up. So this one will go on this side, and that way you can see both of them. And she will go on this side, and then that is our front, so that is mask. And then our beach. Oh my goodness, and I have all my paper stuck in there. Beach. And do I want to add that little bit of this? I don't think I need all of it, because I don't want to cover up my Nautilus shell, because I really like that. But I just think some of this might look kind of cool. Something like that, I think. Let's just glue it on for now, and I will run a stitch through it. Tomorrow we're helping my daughter move. She's had it. She's very much like I am. Kind of stuff makes her not happy camper. Okay, so all I'll do is run a stitch up the side just to make sure that stays, so that the glue, you know, we don't have to worry about the glue. What is that? Fuzz. Okay, so there is, beach was first and mask was second. So beach is 15 and 16 was mask. And don't forget your freebie, because then you'll get mask pictures, you'll get these beach pictures, and yeah, you can go make your own something fun. All right, guys, I hope you have an awesome rest of your day, and we'll chat again soon. Love ya. Bye.